problems that don't necessarily make headlines, like the arcing wires that posed a real danger in Cherry Hill, or the tree that crushed a car on Rittenhouse Avenue in Germantown, or the Rite Aid roof that collapsed in Claymont, Delaware. It has been a very long day, and even now the plow trains are still clearing the roads. But the end is near. It is Wednesday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is the tail end of our historic storm. This is now the snowiest winter in Philadelphia since they began keeping records in 1884. And to celebrate the occasion, the Philadelphia public and parochial schools have decided to give the kids another day off tomorrow. In fact, almost 900 school districts have canceled classes again tomorrow, and the list will be seen on the bottom of your screen until the last school is mentioned. Meanwhile, the storm plunged more than 100,000 people, or I should say homes, into the dark tonight from the fringes of the Lehigh Valley to the tip of South Jersey. PECO reports 13,000 people without electricity in Philadelphia alone. Overall, 120,000 of its customers remain without power tonight, the hardest hit area, Bucks County. Atlantic City Electric has 33,302 out, the worst in Cape May County. PSE&G has 11,000 outages at this hour. Delmarva has 13,773. PP&L with 702 customers in the dark. Still closed tonight, the Schuylkill Expressway, the Blue Route, the Roosevelt Boulevard Extension, and the Vine Street Expressway. PennDOT told us within the hour that they don't know when those roads will reopen because that news will come from the governor's office, and there has been no word yet. And as far as the airport is concerned, we expect to hear from officials in the morning. But there is a very good chance the airlines won't be able to operate until later in the day tomorrow. Massive runway cleanup operations are already underway. We have breaking news about what is believed to be the first death caused by the storm. One person was killed when a roof collapsed on a building tonight in Morton Street in Riverside, Burlington County. No details about the victim have been released yet. We do have an Action News crew en route to the scene. We'll have more information when it becomes available. Here is our roster of snowmen and snowwomen tonight. Dan Cuellar is in Marple Township. Brian Taff is in Center City, Philadelphia. Catherine Scott will report live from Trenton. David Henry is in Radnor. Chad Pradelli is in Atlantic City tonight. And Lauren Wilson will be reporting from Wilmington. Thank you, Lauren. But first, let's get the very latest information on the storm from AccuWeather and meteorologists Cecily Tynan and Adam Joseph. Cecily?
Well, Jim, the storm did put us over the top. The snowiest winter on record. The old record, 65.5 inches set back in 95-96. We just crushed that. The new record, 70.3 inches and counting. At the airport as of 7 o'clock, so these totals will be climbing. The airport reporting 14 inches, but Northeast Philadelphia 17.4 inches of snow. Collegeville really getting buried, 20 inches. Wynwood 17, and Ridley Park reporting 19 inches of snow. East Nantmeal, Chester County, look at this, 26 inches. Chester County really getting the bullseye. King of Prussia 17, Percy 21, Boyertown 23.3, Allentown really getting thumped with snow 17.6, and in Wilmington 12.8, Vineland 11.3, Cherry Hill 17 inches, Ewing 17.6, and Sewell, New Jersey reporting 15 inches. But we still have some snow that's hanging on in Philadelphia. For more on that, let's head to the big board with meteorologist Adam Joseph. Adam.
And Cecily, there's always one troublemaker in the group.
That's true.
And tonight, it is over the Center City vicinity on Storm Tracker 6 live. Most of the snowfall has pretty much wiped away. It's evaporated. It's pushing off the coast. You see just hugging Surf City to Belmar. That is moving away. But we have this very interesting area between Wilmington, Philadelphia, and Trenton that just won't let go. It's like a big bear hug, and that person just won't open up their arms and just give up. Let's zoom in, if we can, towards Philadelphia, because there you will see still some bright whites on Storm Tracker 6 live in Philadelphia, the Frankfurt section, Manayunk, Jenkintown, and it's just sitting here, so we have to wait for the atmosphere to really exhaust itself, and that should hopefully be within the next hour. Peak wind gusts with this particular storm. 46 miles an hour in the state of Delaware, 41 miles an hour in Atlantic City, Allentown to 33-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and in Philadelphia, a peak wind gust of 37 miles an hour. The storm recap over the last 24 hours. These are the major bullet points. We had areas of thunder snow today. Many of you reported on 6abc.com. You were chatting with us while we were on the air. Snow rates as much as 3 inches per hour. Visibilities less than a quarter of a mile for many hours on end, and numerous hundreds of thousands of power outages because of the weight of the snow and the strength of the winds. But Cecily, again, a lot of it is winding down. We can rest, you can rest, and eventually the atmosphere will rest.
That's right. But even after the snow ends, we will have some problems overnight because the winds will blow out of the northwest 15 to 30 miles per hour. So this will cause extensive drifting. Temperatures dropping down into the low 20s. So people without power, it's going to get very cold in your house. Also, any slush left on the roads will be freezing solid. Be very careful tomorrow morning. Wind chills dropping into the single digits. We'll have more on this storm. Also take a look towards next week at the possibility of more snow in the AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Jim?
All right, Cecily, thank you. Let's go live to Action News reporter Dan Cuellar, who's in Marple Township, Delaware County tonight. Dan, the storm prompted the governor to call out the National Guard tonight. What's the story with that?
Well, Jim, the situation is, even with all of the work that PennDOT crews have been doing around the clock, large portions of the roadway remain very treacherous. State police cruisers can't even get around in it, but military Humvees can. And the last thing they want is a large chain reaction accident where a lot of people are trapped and unable to get out for many hours, like we saw last year on Route 80 in Fredericksburg. Governor Ed Rendell vowed that would never happen again on his watch, and that's what this is all about. Humvees ruled the road on the 20-mile stretch of the Blue Route tonight.
Oh, you're immediate, follow right.
Members of the 1st Battalion of the 111th Infantry Regiment of the Pennsylvania National Guard assisted state police in enforcing the governor's order.
We don't want to have the Blue Route shut down for 1 minute longer than it absolutely it has to be. But at this point, the road is still very, very dangerous.
The governor ordered the Blue Route, the Schuylkill, the Vine Street, and the Roosevelt Extension shut down to all but emergency personnel for the duration of the storm. Only a few months ago, this unit of the National Guard was assigned to the battlefields of Iraq. 2 of their members lost their lives there. Now, the unit is here trying to keep motorists safe.
Crown Vic in 2 feet of snow doesn't work. So what we do is we come out and we give emergency personnel the extra mobility necessary to get out and do their job. We might find somebody who got themselves stuck. Probably a couple of people who weren't supposed to be on the road.
And there were others doing yeoman's work tonight. Road crews in many communities who have been working long hours to keep major roadways open.
What's going?
We started about 7 o'clock last night.
Is this storm letting up at all, helping you guys out at all?
No.
You guys are
not
just
yet.
constantly going at it, huh?
Just go layer after layer.
And the game plan is to go until
Got to get till it's done.
it's done.
Meanwhile, PECO was reporting many power outages tonight, and this is part of the reason why. Trees were getting so heavy with snow, huge branches were falling, bringing down power lines with them. On a lighter note, for many others with no school and no work to go to, it was a day to have a little fun.
How's the skiing out there?
It's wonderful. It's great to not have to drive anywhere. You just put the skis on and come down the street or the sidewalk or whatever else is ready.
Okay, back to the main story. I know everybody is wondering, when will the major roadways ordered shut down be reopened? And the answer is not till further notice. It is no decision has been made. That's yet to be determined by Governor Ed Rendell himself. We're live near the Blue Route in Marple Township. Dan Cuellar, Channel 6 Action News.
Thank you, Dan. From Marple Township to Center City, Philadelphia, Action News reporter Brian Taff is there, where Mayor Michael Nutter wants to keep things quiet again come tomorrow. Brian?
He does, Jim. It is bitterly cold, but it is absolutely beautiful out here tonight. This latest blast of winter covering Center City in a fresh, albeit thick, coat of snow. How thick, you ask? Let's take a look. Measuring on this wall at Independence Mall right now, we are measuring a staggering 16 inches, and the snow is still falling, so we are still counting. But as picturesque as all of this is, it is also extremely problematic. And we found many people tonight who are taking all this snow in stride. From Roxborough to Manayunk to Center City and beyond, deserted streets told the story of this storm. Only a few dared drive. Others saw fit to stay on foot. including this Roxborough family who braved the blizzard to bring home their daughter.
So we took a 2-mile round trip to go and pick her up, because that's what parents do.
2 miles in the snow.
Yeah.
Uphill both ways.
Yeah, pretty much.
In Manayunk, meanwhile, crews tried to keep up with the falling flakes. But they came far too fast. As the narrow, winding streets filled with snow, bars here filled with people. Business, like the air, was brisk. But despite scenes like this, snow surfing, all was not fun and games. Far from it. This South Philadelphia auto repair shop collapsed under the weight of all that white stuff. One of at least 10 partial collapses citywide. Mayor Nutter said the storm was so serious, its effects would be felt for another day.
Tomorrow will be the same as today. City offices are closed to the public. We will only have our snow fighting personnel and public safety personnel in for the services that they will be providing.
And like other city services, school is closed tomorrow too. Music to the ears of so many creative kids.
Oh, I can build lots of snow structure things in the backyard.
Snow structures, not just snowmen.
Yeah, snow structures.
Like what?
Like igloos.
And who needs snowmen when Dad's around?
After a few miles in the snow, I'm starting to look like a snowman. I feel like a snowman too.
We're all feeling a bit like a snowman these days. Worth expounding a bit upon what Mayor Nutter said. What are city offices closed? Well, they are health centers, rec centers, and libraries, all of them closed to the public tomorrow. If you are a city worker, as mentioned, you're not expected to report unless you're directly involved with snow removal or ensuring public safety. Live on Independence Mall, Brian Taff, Channel 6 Action News. Jim?
Thank you, Brian. Let's go